Yo, yo, yo. We back up in the kitchen, man. Welcome to the kitchen with your boy 1DB, aka One Flip Dollar. I am your host, man, and this is Hot Plate Takes. It feels good, man, to be back up on this thing. You know what I'm talking about? It's been a little minute, It's been a little minute. I ain't had nothing to talk about. I really ain't had nothing to talk about. You feel me? Plus, I was down a little bit, but I'm on the way back up. I can't complain, man. It feels good to be back on this thing. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to everybody who ever supported. And if you're about to jump on now, big shout out to you. We about to take off, man. Hot Plate Takes. One Flip Dollar. Let's do this. So, as you know, we really ain't got no sports. But, I have seen and I've heard we might have some football on the way. So, if you are missing sports, I kind of feel you, man. You know what I'm saying? It ain't really, nothing really out here to really entertain us, really. You know what I'm saying? Everything's still pretty much on a standstill, but I see the bigger picture, so I ain't tripping, but I digress. We gonna talk about this sports, you know what I'm saying? For all my sports fanatics out there, I'm gonna give you something real quick. But if you don't know how I do over here on Hot Plate Takes, I give you a deeper understanding or perspective of the sports life or of the topic, and I give you my raw, uncut opinion about it. So, without further ado, man, my first topic, man, the thing I want to talk about, what's on my mind, bruh, is this college football situation, right? So, just to jump right into it, you know what I'm saying? They're trying to bring back the college athletes, mainly the basketball and the football players. So, they bringing back the college football players and the college basketball players mainly. That's what I'm hearing, right? But they still don't want to let regular students back on campus. Now, I don't know how that make you feel, but I'm a little suspicious, man. I smell something a little fishy. I don't know about you, but I smell something a little fishy, and it's, dang, you know what I'm talking about? So, Hot Plate Takes, One Flip Dollar. My take on this is they bullshitting and they showing their hand. I'm going to tell you how they showing their hand. Last year, they finally started getting more into the debate and it started getting more traction, the topic of paying student athletes, mainly the football and the basketball players, right? Because you remember back in the day, Ed O'Bannon was tripping about, how he ain't really getting no chips off his image, man. He see how, him and his brother really, being marketed and they ain't really eating off of it. So, they kind of put a halt on all this college gaming, which kind of was a drag to me because I love the college basketball video game. I love the football game, but it is what it is, man. I would stand with them boys 100%. So last year they was talking about how they should pay the players. Then you got other people saying how they should not pay the players and how it would affect all of the other sports, right? So now it's just ironic how we're in this condition and in this situation where all of the other sports seem like they're going to go away. It seems like they're going to get cut. Why? Because they can't afford it. Why? Because the football and the basketball players can't play because of the condition out here. you know? So I just find it very interesting how you didn't want to pay them boys last year. This year, you realize that is your only money. Some schools are afraid that they might even shut down. Okay? Shut down. Period. Period. Point blank. Goodbye. You know what I'm saying? All because they can't get the revenue from football and basketball. Mainly football. And I don't know about you, but I'm an advocate for paying them boys because they yell amateur sports, but it's so much money involved. I mean, you see the motherfucking salary, excuse me. My bad. Oops. You see the MF and salary of these coaches, man. Assistant coaches even getting millions of dollars. So why these boys can't touch something every time they touch something? And it's not even that you should pay these boys like NFL players. You know what I'm saying? It's not even that I'm arguing, excuse me, about, right? It's the fact that anything they get. You remember at one point in time, uh, when it was a school got in trouble and some boys got in trouble about cream cheese on a bagel. So you telling me, man, I roll up and I'm like somebody who worked for the school or something, and I give these boys like a couple boxes of donuts. That's something they can't have. They can't accept that. You feel me? Just, pointing out how silly that little argument was. But, these cats get paid on the side. Like, somebody might get a new house in their family, a new car, a couple checks worth 20 bands, $25,000 or something, you know what I'm saying, 100 bands or whatnot. And then everybody get in trouble behind that. But you could easily go ahead and write this in and let these cats get something without no penalties. But now you're in a situation where you need these cats. I mean, you need these players bad, right? Because without them, who gonna play your football? Who gonna play your basketball? Who's gonna generate this revenue that you need just to exist? So if I was the players, man, and this is my take on it, so don't mind me. If I were the players, I would unify. I would come up with my demands, and I let them know, man, that this so-called education that they like to trade, and I did the air quotes, y'all couldn't see it because I'm talking, but I would tell them point blank, bro, okay, my body, swapping out my talents just for you to give me an education, it just ain't enough. It just ain't enough. Like I said, these coaches are millionaires. Let's just say these boys, you know what I'm saying, use their education and go off into life and they live well. How many of them are going to see the same amount of millions that these coaches done got up off of their butts just following their degree? Because everybody doesn't go to the NFL, and everybody who makes it to the NFL don't walk away with $100 million in the bank. So I'm just saying, what's your take on it? I gave you mine. Pay them boys. If you're going to bring them back on campus, especially in this condition, with this situation going on around the world, not just the country, the world, Craig, and you want them to come back just to exchange an education for all of this. But you can't because this is how you know they still nervous and they still afraid about what's going to happen and the repercussions behind a mass gathering, right? because they don't want to have thousands of students on campus. You know what I'm saying? But they'll take 100 some players on campus. You know what I'm saying? Because those 100 some players gonna generate hundreds of millions of dollars, while those regular students not really gonna push the envelope like that. You know? But they don't want to bring them back because they're afraid what happens if I don't know, even 5 students of their population, and knock on wood, that they don't catch it and die. You feel me? Just because they let them back on campus. But they're willing to risk bringing these football players and these basketball players back because they need the money. The money is starting to talk. Even the riches are starting to feel this. You feel me? So if they bring them back, man, you got to pay them. Hazard pay. Hazard pay, you feel me? Something. You got to pay them. Just swapping out this skill, this talent that they possess for education is not enough. Not enough. Now, as far as this NBA thing that's going on, I ain't forget about the NBA. That's my baby right there. Love me some basketball, but I'm gonna let you know, I really don't care if they come back this year. I just don't. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this has changed my perspective. I don't know about you. I mean, I wouldn't be mad if they came back. I'd watch it, and I'd probably enjoy watching it. But it makes me know, never mind if they come back this year or not. You feel me? It just is what it is. But I hear they're closer to a plan. And I got a question for y'all. If they do come back, if the NBA does make a return and they go through the playoffs, who do you feel will win the NBA championship? Because it seems like they're going to play this thing out like a AAU tournament style type thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about you, but I used to play rec ball, right? So your rec schedule, you got all the teams. We going to play on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, right? You know what I'm saying? Those are the game days, okay? So you got your schedule, and everybody plays, but everybody's, you know what I'm saying, got different times. So you got a certain amount of NBA teams that's down there. You feel me? And we just gonna load up the gym from, I don't know, 11 in the morning to 2 o'clock in the morning, you feel me, the next day. And we gonna run it. Everybody got their own set times. You gonna play. Y'all get the heck up out of the way. The next team come in. We, sanitize everything, wipe everything down, mop everything down, spray everything down. You know what I'm saying? And then we bring in the next team, and then y'all play. And we do it again, and they gonna do this all day. This is just how I'm envisioning the setup as they're talking about it, because they seem like they're still determined to build this NBA community. Like they're going to build communities for each sport or something, you know what I'm saying, and get them together and have them I don't know, live there for the duration of their season or whatnot, so that they can play basketball, play football or whatever safely, and get their money somehow, some way, and ride off into the sunset. But who do you feel is going to win the title if they do come back? Me, man, at first I was like, yeah, the Lakers gonna win, the Lakers gonna win. Now, bro, I don't know. Because you see, they're considering this 1 through 16 seeding, which would have what they say the Lakers right now facing the Nets. This would be very interesting. I can't lie. So if they come back, I will be tuned in. But if they don't, I won't be bummed out. But my real one salute, I guess, you know what I'm saying? I didn't really do any research, man. I'm just so excited to be back. I just hopped on. But my real one salute, you know what I'm saying, for this episode goes out to all of the real ones across this country, across this nation that's been looking out for their fellow brother, their fellow man, fellow sister, a woman, you know what I'm saying, in this perilous time, in this tragic time that we're living through. Anybody who's been showing love to anybody out there, I salute you, man. Real one salute to y'all, man. Nothing but love, man. Welcome back to the kitchen. I am your host, One Flip Dollar. And this has been Hot Plate Takes. Peace.